Welcome to Pydle 49. Pydle is a daily puzzle you need to solve by writing Python code. If you haven't played Pydle before, then hang around. I will solve yesterday's Pydle, and that will give you a flavor of how to tackle these problems. Today's Pydle is the omega symbol, um, like the watch brand or just a Greek letter. Um, have a go at solving this Pydle. It's symmetrical, so that's kind of a nice problem. Okay, let's have a look at yesterday's Pydle, which was it's called the unit matrix. Um, so it's got the square brackets and then some numbers. And it's a unit matrix because it's got ones on the diagonal. Don't worry too much about that if you're not familiar with unit matrices. Okay, so because the graphic is symmetrical, we're probably going to need Cartesian coordinates, and especially because we need to do the numbers there. And today I'm going to do the for loops separately, just to make it a bit clearer. So start at -2 and then finish at 2. And then for y in range -2, 3. So both of these for loops are going to generate numbers from -2 to +2. Okay, so the square brackets are pretty similar to the frames we've been doing in the last few Pydles, apart from the pixels at x equals 0. So what you can do is say if y in -2, 2, I'm going to make it a bit more compact because I've got a lot to fit into one line, so I don't want to hit the 80 character limit that Pydle imposes. That's not a Python limitation. It's Pydle that only allows 80 characters per line. So we're going to do, but we need to miss out the pixels on the center. So we're going to say and x not equals 0, and then the other side of the frame, you can say or x in -2, 2. So what you need with Pydle, need x plus 2, y plus 2, no character and white. So that should be the square brackets. I'm also going to reduce the indent because Python doesn't care by how much you indent as long as you indent. Okay, let's see if that works. Okay, so that worked. Now the reason we didn't have to put brackets around this test is that the AND has a higher precedence than OR. So the AND will be executed before the OR. Okay, so that's the square bracket. So now we need to do the center bit with the numbers. We can't just do else because those two pixels haven't actually tested true in the previous test, so we need to do else if, and we can say -2 less than y less than 2, so that is just gonna fill in the center bit, and then our Pydle needs to be x plus 2, comma. I'm just using that same format just for consistency. And now we need to say 1 if x equals y, else 0. So that's just going to fill in the ones on the diagonal, and it needs to be black. Okay, so some of you may have noticed that I didn't do 2 minus y, which is what we normally do, because Pydle coordinates goes from top left is 0, 0, and then it goes down, whereas Cartesian coordinates is the inverse of that. So normally we do 2 minus y, but in this case that would have drawn the diagonal in the opposite direction, so we basically y plus, so we're drawing it from the top, and then the ones are on the diagonal. Okay, so let's see that solves the Pydle, and it does. Okay, so hope you managed to solve that. If you need to Pydle, then maybe just follow along and solve yesterday's Pydle, and then have a go at today's Pydle, and then I'll see you tomorrow for the solution.